USA की population is increasing but very slowly. It is the developed countries, that is the population of Europe and including Russia, declining. That is known as white race in danger. So this is not a worldwide phenomena because the total population of the world is increasing. So friends, today again we are going to discuss the previous years, that is 2024, the remaining questions of GS paper 1 that were asked in 2024 from geography section. One of the question was, what is the concept of demographic winters? What is the concept of demographic winters? See, even if you don't know the term what is demographic winters, at least you know in winters, when temperature lowers down, all the activity slows down. Biological activity, chemical activity, basically all these slows down. But demographic winter, you can interpret from the word itself that it it's talking about slowing down of population. Demographic winter, that is, what is the concept of demographic winter? Demographic winter refers to a situation where the birth rate falls significantly below replacement level. It is a scenario where the birth rate falls significantly below replacement level. They are not even able to replace the population as a result of declining fertility rate. Fertility rate, that is number of children born to a woman in her entire reproductive age, is fertility rate. When birth rate, number of live births per thousand of population, falls significantly below replacement level due to declining fertility rate, this phenomena is termed as demographic winter. As a result, when it happens, the youthful population, the proportion of youthful population starts declining. Old age population, people in old age population, the proportion increases. Old age people are biologically, economically, politically, they are inactive. In this scenario, the workforce shrink. As a result, the economy, overall economy of the country suffers. Now, the second part is the world moving towards such a situation? Not at all. In fact, it is the developed countries, that is the population of Europe and including Russia, that is declining. That is known as white race in danger. Eastern Europe population is declining very fast. In fact, the population of entire Europe and Russia is declining. USA is having somewhat stagnant population, slow increase. In Japan, population is declining. Basically it's increasing. Matlab population, old age people are there. Old age people, the proportion of old age population is very high. The population of Europe, Russia, Japan is having demographic winter that account for bulk of the developed population, population of developed countries. Whereas Latin American countries, African countries are exhibiting rapid population growth, high fertility rates, high birth rates. And some part of Asia also, including India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, they all are witnessing high, rapid population growth. So it's not a worldwide phenomena, rather this phenomena is confined to developed nations. And in fact, in developed nation, if you exclude the immigrants, then the population of white race is actually declining. Or USA maybe basically scenario is not very positive. The growth rate is very slow. So this is not a worldwide phenomena because the total population of the world is increasing. Had the phenomena been a global phenomena, Chinese population is also decreasing. Now China, Europe, Russia, to a lesser extent USA, Canada, they are facing demographic winter because their population, USA की population is increasing but very slowly, very slowly. So to an extent, these countries are exhibiting demographic winters, whereas Latin America, Africa, and Asia are witnessing rapid growth in population, as a result of which overall population is increasing. Now, next question. Next question. The groundwater potential of Gangetic Valley is on a serious decline. The ground water potential of Gangetic Valley is on serious decline. Now, what I have seen, most of the people have answered it affirmatively. Yes, groundwater potential of Gangetic Valley is declining. And citing the case of Punjab and Haryana, where rate of withdrawal of water exceeds the available water. That is groundwater development in Punjab and Haryana is more than 100. That is, the extraction of water is more than water available. Therefore, the water tables in those states are declining. But Punjab, Haryana does not lie in Gangetic Valley. That is a part of Indo-Gangetic Plain. So, पहली बात तो it's not necessary that your answer must concur with the question. Groundwater potential of Gangetic Valley is on serious decline. No. Groundwater potential of Gangetic Valley is not on serious decline. Why to agree with the question? If you know the answer, Gangetic Valley actually means UP, Bihar and West Bengal. Gangetic Valley means UP, Bihar and West Bengal. If you see on the map, in these states, if you see the rate of withdrawal of water, that is known as groundwater development. That is, groundwater development is what? Water extracted and water available. What is groundwater? Water that is found below the surface is groundwater. Out of total water available, the highest groundwater development is in UP. UP groundwater development is more than 70%. That means out of total water available in the underground aquifers, 70% water is extracted. In Bihar and West Bengal, it is just 45%. In Punjab, Haryana, it is more than 100%. But we need not discuss Punjab, Haryana because they are asking Gangetic Valley. Gangetic Valley includes UP, Bihar and West Bengal. So here you can say with these three states, UP, Bihar and West Bengal, which lie in Gangetic Valley, here we have very high density of population, and these areas are also exhibiting rapid population growth. As a result of dense population, the domestic use of water and most of these states are having more rural population. In rural areas, in these states, population pressure is very high. The underground water is extracted for consumption, for domestic consumption. Yes, it's true. At the same time, second factor, advent of green revolution led to intensification of agriculture. Intensification of agriculture means within a year, same land is used to grow 2 or 3 crops. That is intensification. The same land is devoted to multiple crops in the same year. As a result, frequent irrigation is required. With the advent of high yielding varieties requiring timely irrigation, timely fertilization, pumping sets were extensively installed in large part of northern plains, Gangetic plains. And in UP, this setting up of pumping set exponentially expedited the withdrawal of groundwater. Yes, that's true, no doubt about it. And expansion of agriculture took place, and trees were cut. That as a result, trees are the natural sponges which recharge the underground water. Trees were removed, and rate of withdrawal became exponential. Moreover, with increasing urbanization, rate of recharge of underground water is decreasing. Rate of withdrawal has increased. Yes, this to an extent has enabled the man to tap more and more groundwater. अब ऐसा क्यों है इंडिया में? why do people resort to installing tube wells? एक तो वजह ये थी, these green revolution required timely application of irrigation, timely irrigation and timely fertilization. So they required push button technology, that is tube well. Second is, in India, there's a Easement Act 1882 and 1884. Easement Act British era से चला आ रहा है, which allows a landowner, if I occupy a land of 1 acre, I have the right of all the water that lies above that land and below that land. I have complete right over the entire water that is present below my land. So this, and those who are landless, they don't have any right. So this act makes it possible for people to establish tube well in their agricultural land. So this has further expedited. Our agriculture in northern plains are the most fertile plains of the country, in fact, of the world. As a result, intensive cultivation is pursued. Now, agriculture accounts for almost 65% of the total water for agriculture is accounted by groundwater. Groundwater, in fact, groundwater accounts for 62% of the water for required for irrigation, 62 or 65. So, to an extent, yes, withdrawal of water has increased in UP, but in Bihar and West Bengal, scenario is different. Numerous rivers are there, and basically, paddy. हाँ, एक चीज और भी है. In Western UP, extension of rice in arid areas of Western UP. Here, the cultivation of rice is done with the help of tube well. Rice is a water relishing crop. Rice is grown in UP, Bihar, and West Bengal, all three states. And rice is a water relishing crop. 1 kg of rice, to produce 1 kg of rice, it requires 3000 to 5000 kg of fresh water. Fresh water. Now, सोचो 1 लीटर फ्रेश वाटर की कीमत 20 रुपए होती है. If you grow 1 kg of rice, it requires 3000 to 5000 kg of fresh water. And when you export the rice, you try to imagine the water embedded component that you are exporting. It's very costly. So rice rarely enters into international trade market. In fact, rice consuming areas are rice growing areas are rice consuming areas. या तो यहाँ पर ग्राउंड वाटर पोटेंशियल ऑफ गैंगस्टिक वैली that has come under serious pressure because of advent of green revolution, more and more area brought under cultivation, setting up of pumping sets that has exponentially increased the withdrawal of water. But still, groundwater potential of Gangetic Valley is not on a serious decline. Don't always try to have conquer with the question. उन्होंने जो पूछा है, यहाँ पंजाब हरियाणा नहीं आएंगे, because पंजाब हरियाणा falls in Indus Valley Plain. They are in Indus Valley Plain. So you can write this: how may it affect the food security of India? If this groundwater potential of Gangetic Valley comes under serious decline, it can seriously threaten the food security of the country, because UP, Bihar, and West Bengal are the largest producer of wheat, rice, and other crops. Wheat, rice, sugarcane. And if basically groundwater gets threatened because of scarcity of water, agriculture production would have to be reduced. These plains being the most fertile plain, if they come under serious water crisis, then the production and the productivity will decline significantly, and that would hamper the food necessity of the country, food security of the country. Right? Don't conquer with the question. जरूरी नहीं है क्वेश्चन में लिख दिया डिक्लाइन है तो तुम भी हाँ डिक्लाइन है. नहीं है डिक्लाइन. It's not is not a serious is not on serious decline. फिर एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन और भी आया था, what is aurora australis and aurora borealis? Aurora australis and aurora borealis are lightning phenomena observed. Aurora australis occurs in southern hemisphere. It is also known as southern lights, and around Antarctic Circle. And this lightning phenomena that occurs in southern hemisphere, that is aurora australis, is the result of interaction of charged particle emitted by the sun, that is proton and neutrons. Charged particles emitted by sun, when they interact with Earth's magnetic field, it creates a lightning phenomena, both in northern hemisphere and in southern hemisphere. In southern hemisphere, it is known as southern lights. It is observed around Antarctic Circle. In northern hemisphere, it is known as northern lights, and it occurs around Arctic Circle. Right? अच्छा, इससे ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन तुम रिटेन नहीं कर पाओगे, नहीं याद रहेगी. इंफॉर्मेशन ओवरलोड इज ऑल्सो एन इशू. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, व्हाट इज रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी? What is regional disparity? The question was, what is regional disparity and how it differs from regional diversity, and how it differs from regional diversity. Regional disparity refers to differences in terms of, मतलब regional disparity क्या होता है? It refers to differences in terms of resource endowment. Certain regions are well endowed with resources, some regions are less endowed with resources. Regional disparity crops up. Regional disparity refers to differences in terms of resource endowment, in differences in terms of physical infrastructure between the regions, social infrastructure between the regions, difference in human development between the region. Difference in human development gets manifested, gets reflected in the form of differences in literacy rate, differences in life expectancy, difference in living standard, difference in infant mortality rate, difference in maternal mortality rate. Now, among different regions. And these differences ultimately culminate in differences in socio-economic development of different regions. Now, what is regional diversity? Regional diversity means differences in terms of culture and traditions. Here, that differences in terms of festivals that they celebrate festivals, differences in terms of their dance form, music, folklore, difference, values, ethics, beliefs. So, regional diversity is a welcome issue. Regional disparity is not good for the nation. Diversity is good because different cultures, like Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, pass mein hai, but they are isolated and they have different culture and tradition. So, diversity highlights rich heritage, whereas disparity reflects socioeconomic backwardness. अब दूसरा पार्ट ये है, how serious is the issue of regional disparity in India? In India, we find both intra-regional disparity as well as inter-regional disparity. Intra-regional क्या है? Within the region. For example, Maharashtra happens to be one of the most developed state in India. The GDP of Maharashtra is more than that of Bangladesh or Pakistan. मतलब पाकिस्तान से भी ज़्यादा है, बांग्लादेश से भी ज़्यादा है महाराष्ट्र की GDP. And there's a region in Maharashtra known as Golden Quadrilateral. If you connect Mumbai, Nasik, Aurangabad, Pune, that is Golden Quadrilateral. That is the manufacturing hub of the nation. Within the same Maharashtra, there are regions like Vidarbha, which is a state of farmer society is very common. Vidarbha, Marathwada, Andesh, these are highly underdeveloped areas. Take the case of Gujarat, one of the most advanced state, where Kutch is highly neglected. Take the case of basically this Odisha, where the entire development process is focused in the coastal area, and the Western Odisha, known as Kaushal, is marked by highest infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, lowest literacy rate. So we see basically we have numerous issues, like intra-regional issues, intra-regional disparity, that is disparity within the region. Second is inter-regional disparity. Yes, India can be divided along the Vindhyas into north and south, northern India and southern India along the Vindhyas. You will find basically the northern India lags disproportionately vis-a-vis southern India. In South India, in South Indian states, especially Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Goa, the per capita income is much higher than the northern states. Here, the physical infrastructure and social infrastructure is well developed. Kerala, in fact, is having lower infant mortality rate and maternal mortality rate lower than USA, Kerala. तो वहाँ southern states में तुम देखो, they are having higher per capita income, well developed industrial base. In service sector, their contribution is very high. Basically, infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, literacy rate, physical infrastructure, social infrastructure, everything is far more advanced. Whereas in northern states, you take Rajasthan, MP, UP, and Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha. Here you find that health parameters ले लो, they are precarious. Lowest में आएंगे, literacy rate में ले लो, lowest literacy rate is in Bihar, male literacy rate Bihar, female literacy rate lowest is Rajasthan. Then take UP, the infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, UP, Bihar, West Bengal is very high. Lack of infrastructure. In comparison to southern states, the infrastructure like electricity, light आती नहीं है, जाने का तो बात छोड़ दो. In UP, there is huge electricity issue. But the southern state, the electricity supply is very good. So most of the industries tend to agglomerate in southern part of the country. वहीं एक एरिया हमारे ऐसा भी है जैसे कहते हैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट. In Northeast, it is culturally very rich, huge diversity in cultural diversity, high literacy, but lack of development. It is this lack of development that has basically led to insurgency in those areas. Ethnic differences is one of the reason for insurgency. जैसे जम्मू कश्मीर में कितनी insurgency थी, terrorism था. Insurgents are those native people when they pick up arms, they are insurgent. Terrorist कोई भी any person who pick up arms is a terrorist. तो जम्मू कश्मीर में जैसे लोगों ने जाना शुरू किया, tourism started, those people started welcoming, and they were very much disturbed by Pahalgam because most of the main source of the livelihood was cut off. So they aligned with India. Main issue is lack of development. In Northeast, if development is made, those people are brilliant. Their literacy rate is very good. Their culture is very diverse. They are polite and they are hardworking. But lack of avenues is causing the northeastern part of the country to remain backward. Now, एक और क्वेश्चन था, factors causing sea level changes with suitable example. Factors causing sea level changes with suitable example. Sea level changes. Now, sea level is rising, isn't it? What is the major factor behind sea level rise? Yes, global warming. Global warming is the main factor for sea level rise. As of now, the drastic rate at which sea level is rising. Out of this, first and the most important factor is greenhouse gases. They absorb heat. This content of greenhouse gases is increasing, so that capacity to absorb heat is also increasing. After absorbing heat, 90% of these greenhouse gases, after absorbing heat, they get dissolved in oceans. Ocean में dissolve हो जाती हैं. After absorbing heat, these greenhouse gases dissolve in ocean. And this heats up the oceanic water. And because of thermal expansion, the sea level rises. That is the major cause of sea level rise. First, if you see the thermal expansion of seawater due to high temperature. Kyun high temperature? Because this 90% of greenhouse gases, after absorbing heat, they get dissolved in ocean, and this also makes oceanic water acidic, carbonic acid. When they dissolve in ocean, they raise the temperature of the ocean, and when the temperature of the ocean rises, thermal expansion of water takes place. This thermal expansion is the main reason for the rise of sea level. ये कहते हैं 75% of the sea level rise that has occurred in 20th century was purely because of thermal expansion. Thermal expansion of seawater. Thermal expansion of seawater. Because seawater gets heated when these greenhouse gases get dissolved along with the heat trapped by them, it causes thermal expansion. Second major cause, मतलब 75% जो sea level rise 20th century में हुआ है, that is because of thermal expansion of sea. Now, melting of glaciers and ice sheets. Glaciers and ice sheets act as reflector of heat. They reflect back the heat and maintain, they reflect, that is albedo. They reflect back the heat. But as glaciers, you see, they are cover 10% of the Earth's surface. Ice sheets are also extensive in Greenland and Antarctica, and basically they're extensive ice sheets. Ice sheets क्या होती हैं? When the ice coverage is more than 50,000 square kilometer, it is known as ice sheet. Glaciers are basically glaciers. So around 10% of the world land is covered by glaciers, which stores 70% of Earth's fresh water. So that 70% fresh water glaciers में stored है. Now, between 1994 to 2017, glaciers worldwide lost 30 trillion tons of ice. 30 trillion tons of ice, and they are melting at a very fast rate. जो ice melt होगी तो पानी बनेगी तो sea में add होगी, and the sea level will rise. Now, the fastest disappearing glaciers are those of Alps, Iceland, and Alaska. These are the regions where the glaciers are disappearing very fast. The fastest disappearing glaciers are those of Alps, Iceland, and Alaska. The glaciers of Alaska alone accounted for 25% of global mass loss. टोटल दुनिया में जितने ग्लेशियर्स मेल्ट किए हैं उसका 25% ग्लेशियर्स हैव मेल्टेड इन अलास्का. Along with glacier, Antarctic ice sheet and Greenland ice sheet are also melting at a very fast pace. This melting of glacier and ice sheet is the second major cause for the rise in sea level. As a cause of sea level rise, glacial loss was second only to thermal expansion. First major cause of sea level rise is thermal expansion. Second is melting of glacier and ice sheets. And third major cause of sea level rise is रैपिड पेस विद विच द अंडरग्राउंड वाटर इज बीइंग एक्सट्रैक्टेड. हमारा हाइड्रोलॉजिकल साइकिल है ना, इसमें कई सारे कंपोनेंट्स हैं. नंबर ऑफ रिजर्वॉयर्स आर देयर लाइक सी, एयर, rivers, freshwater lake, saline lake, and the groundwater, underground water, frozen ice. These are the various components of hydrological cycle, and water continues to circulate among these components in a dynamic equilibrium. And the proportion of water held by every component remains same. But the underground water, the pace at which the withdrawal of underground water is taking place is alarming. And because of increased urbanization, destruction of trees, the rate of recharge of underground water has declined drastically. Because जब urbanization होता है, after heavy rain, water flows through drains and into the river and into the sea. It doesn't seep down because urban areas are jungles of concrete jungle. यहाँ seepage नहीं हो पाता, water is unable to seep down. So basically and rate of withdrawal of underground water has increased exponentially. So what happens कि groundwater is transferred to the surface, and from surface it is moving into the sea. The groundwater is extracted, and after extraction it flows, and through rivers it moves into the sea. So sea level is rising because of groundwater, surplus groundwater which is extracted. The pace of extraction of groundwater has expedited many folds. Study reveals that over past 2 decades, extracted groundwater has added 0.38 millimeter per year to global sea level rise. जो पानी हम withdraw करते हैं ना, and we are not allowing the underground aquifers to get recharged. That surplus water through rivers, it is flowing into the sea and is third major cause of rise of sea level. So these were the remaining questions of year 2024 that we have discussed. Now we will discuss the question paper of 2023.